Welcome to Global Policy Forum's weekly vodcast series. Last week, the 5th Global Ocean Conference took place as oil from the BP plc debacle continues to surge into the Gulf of Mexico. The conference, administered by UNESCO, convened delegates from 80 countries to discuss ways to preserve marine biodiversity and improve governance of the ocean. A vice president of the World Wildlife Fund remarked that better regulations were blocked by assumptions that accidents like the one in the Gulf of Mexico could not have happened. The crude reality of offshore drilling confirms the importance of integrated governance initiatives of oceans and coastal regions. In Gaza, electricity cuts have increased since January this year. The cuts stem from Israeli blockades of the fuel needed to run Gaza's only power plant. Electricity cuts currently last 8 to 12 hours daily and are considerably worse than 5 months ago. The cuts interfere with the provision of health services, sanitation, education, and water. Meanwhile, in Europe, as public funds finance Greek debt and while Greek citizens face crippling austerity measures, European banks will not lose a dollar for their profiteering and overlending. Banks are the next winners in Europe's bailout as they regain 100% of their toxic loans at the expense of taxpayers and citizens. Wealthy European countries lend money to Greece because they themselves would come under great financial pressure if these loans were not repaid. According to figures from the Pentagon and the Harvard University study, the U.S. military is saving billions by fraudulently discharging soldiers from Iraq and Afghanistan, citing personality disorders. In many cases, soldiers have no documented history of psychological problems. They are deemed physically and psychologically fit for service by U.S. military doctors and welcome to the military. When subsequently wounded and during service and seeking treatment, soldiers are diagnosed with a pre-existing personality disorder, discharged, and denied benefits which the military is required to provide soldiers who are wounded during service. The U.S. military command base in Africa, AFRICOM, is controversially seeking U.S. legislation that would allow it to go beyond merely providing technical support in the DRC to actively engaging in armed conflict. U.S. access to African oil supplies is the primary reason behind AFRICOM's creation. Government documents such as African oil, a priority for U.S. national security and African development, makes this quite clear. For more information, please visit our website at globalpolicy.org. You can also follow us on Twitter.